Good morning, I'm Elton Robinson with your September 15th grain and oilseed update. Our thoughts are with all those still hurting from two big hurricanes which hit parts of Texas and Florida in the past few weeks. USDA is still assessing the damage to U.S. agriculture from these events and is expected to provide greater detail in October's crop production reports. According to USDA's September crop production and supply and demand estimates released Tuesday, global wheat supplies for 2017 and 18 were lowered due mainly to a 2.7 million ton decrease in beginning stocks, offset partially by a 1.7 million ton increase in production. Wheat exports for Russia were increased 1 million tons on a larger crop. Total global use is up 500,000 tons, and global ending stocks were lowered 1.6 million tons. U.S. corn production is forecast at 14.184 billion bushels, up 32 million from last month. Feed and residual use was raised 25 million bushels with a larger crop and lower expected prices. Corn use for ethanol is projected down 25 million bushels at 5.475 billion. Other industrial use is lowered 50 million bushels. With supply increasing and use falling, corn ending stocks are up 62 million bushels from last month. The projected range for the season average corn price received by producers was lowered 10 cents on each end to a range of from 280 to 360 per bushel. Foreign corn production is forecast to decline relative to last month, with reductions for Serbia, Ukraine, the EU, and Russia, which more than offset increases for Argentina and Mexico. Global corn stocks at 202.5 million tons are up 1.6 million from last month. U.S. soybean production is forecast at a record 4.43 billion bushels, up 1% from August and up 3% from last year. Based on September 1 conditions, yields are expected to average 49.9 bushels per acre, up a half a bushel from last month, but down 2.2 bushels from last year. Average area for harvest in the United States is forecast at a record high 88.7 million acres, unchanged from August but up 7% from 2016. USDA reduced the U.S. rice crop by 6.7 million hundredweight to 179.7 million hundredweight, primarily on lower area. The estimated all rice yield also declined by 9 pounds to 7,504 pounds per acre. Long grain production was reduced by 5.3 million hundredweight, and combined medium and short was decreased by 1.4 million. All rice ending stocks were reduced 1.1 million hundredweight to 29 million hundredweight. That's the lowest level since 2007-2008. Now let's move to weekly exports. Wheat exports of 439,200 metric tons were up 94% from the previous week, but down 12% from the prior average. Destinations included Japan, Mexico, Colombia, Thailand, and Venezuela. Corn exports of 714,600 metric tons went primarily to Mexico, Colombia, Japan, Peru, and Venezuela. Grain sorghum exports of 51,300 metric tons were reported to China and Mexico. Rice exports of 65,000 metric tons went primarily to Venezuela, Mexico, Haiti, Canada, and Jordan. Soybean exports of 1.15 million metric tons went primarily to China, Indonesia, Mexico, Vietnam, and Pakistan. Soybean meal exports of 110,900 metric tons were down 18% from the previous week and 35% from the prior 4-week average. The destinations were primarily Mexico, Israel, Canada, Panama, and Nicaragua. Soybean oil exports of 4,500 metric tons was a marketing year low, down 38% from the previous week and 69% from the prior average. Destinations were Mexico, primarily Mexico, and Canada. Beef exports of 12,800 metric tons were down 27% from the previous week and from the prior 4-week average. The destinations were Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Pork exports of 17,900 metric tons were down 8% from the previous week and 3% from the prior 4-week average. The destinations were primarily Mexico, Japan, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Canada. Well, that is it for this week's report. I'm Elton Robinson. See you next time.